So with Season 6 of The Expanse being right around the corner, and Season 5 being now a year old, I figured it was a good chance to go back and look at the events of Season 5 and talk about exactly where we are in the story of The Expanse at the start of Season 6. A recap, if you will. I'm Colin, and this is Sci-Fi Deep Dive. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to head down below and hit that subscribe button. Before I begin, I'd like to throw out there that this will contain spoilers for Season 5 of The Expanse, and likely the seasons before that, but really going to be focusing on Season 5, so if you haven't seen Season 5, click up here for a different video about The Expanse, which is spoiler-free. So anyway, jumping right into it, let's talk about the state of the system at this point. Well, things are looking pretty bleak. With the ring gates open and colonization efforts beginning, much of the system is focused outward for the first time in its history. Many citizens of Earth, Mars, and the Belt are looking to the worlds beyond the gates as opportunities for a better life. And this sort of mass exodus has begun, with many people proceeding through the gates to sort of found new colonies. At the beginning of Season 5, this colonization effort is being led by both Earth and Mars, the two superpowers of the system. And to the people of the Belt, this is concerning, because they've spent their entire history under the boot of both Earth and Mars, and seeing them controlling these worlds beyond the rings is sort of a promise of more of the same. So while this colonization effort is picking up, a radical group within the Belt, a segment of the OPA called the Free Navy, carried out a series of devastating attacks. These attacks used cloaked asteroids to strike at Earth and a series of bombings to strike at Mars. This sowed chaos within the rocky worlds of the inner planets, and made a very powerful political statement that the Belt will decide the future of these worlds, not Earth and Mars. This began a system-wide manhunt for the man responsible, Marco Inaros, who is now becoming the face of this new, rising Belter faction. But unlike other Belter factions, Marco's fleet is made up not of old, rusted hulks, but of newer, cutting-edge Martian vessels. Ships which are being sold to Marco by corrupt Martian officials who would like to escape the rough conditions on Mars to the promise of new, more prosperous worlds beyond the rings. Combine these very capable warships with interesting strategies like using cloaked meteors to do damage to enemy vessels, and you end up with a very powerful and unique faction that can really stand up to the rocky inner worlds. So after carrying out his attacks against both Earth and Mars, Marco's fleet began sort of striking around the system and leading UN forces on a wild goose chase. UN forces which, by the way, have moved their headquarters from Earth to Luna after the devastating attacks that rocked Earth. After leading both UN and Martian forces on separate little wild goose chases, Marco's fleet carried out a very carefully planned assault against the forces guarding the ring gate. An assault which ultimately destroyed 2 Truman-class dreadnoughts and a Doniger-class battleship, allowing Marco's fleet to slip through the ring gate and into the near-infinite worlds beyond the Nexus. Marco's fleet wasn't alone, however. It was followed by a small fleet of corrupt Martian officials, the ones who had sold these ships to Marco, who also proceeded off to some of the worlds through the rings. There's one more thing we should note, however, about Marco Inaros and his faction. They have the last remaining sample of the proto-molecule, the devastating biological weapon that can destroy entire populations, and he has stated before that he is well prepared to use it. So with the Free Navy fleet and this corrupt Martian fleet slipping through the rings and off to distant worlds, one more very important event happens. The fleet of corrupt Martian officials encounters some mysterious ancient enemy. And that's basically exactly where The Expanse Season 5 left us. The entire system is in this state of upheaval after the attacks carried out by Marco's Free Navy. And I have no doubt that Marco's fleet will play a significant role in Season 6. If you want to learn about some of the ships in Marco's fleet, I'll leave a link up here to my video on the Free Navy. And now that the show has diverged from the books, I'd like you guys to let me know down in the comments what you want to see in Season 6. Is there any storylines you'd like to see picked up, or any really cool ideas you have for where they can take the show? And if you have anything else you'd like to see me cover in The Expanse, leave it down below in the comments. And last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.